We're in the Netherlands at the Boarnstream yard to test the new Elegance 1300. Now when Boarnstream designed this new range, they designed it to run from 11 to 17 metres. This is the 1300 that they launched at Dusseldorf. They'd sold 5 of this type of boat before they even started building, and then once people saw this in January, they sold a further 2 more. So there's clearly want for this type of boat on the market. Let's get aboard and see why it's proving just so popular. So this boat we're on now is actually the Dusseldorf show boat. It's hull number 1 and it's fitted with a Volvo Penta D4 180 horsepower engine. So it's a sort of slow version, it's full displacement. It's staying here in Holland, so you're getting about 10 knots off this boat. You're cruising sort of 6 to 7. So it's all very quiet, it's all very relaxing, very, very easy going. There's really not a huge amount to do at the helm. So you just take in your surroundings in peace, really. That's what this version of the boat is about. In terms of the driving environment, I mean, it is very relaxed, and the helm sort of suits that. I mean, this is an option, this helm chair here, that this owner specified, and it actually, you're a bit too far away from the helm for my liking, even though this is a slow boat, but Boarnstream will change that if you want something slightly different. You know, they're a customisable yard. If you want something, they'll do it. Elsewhere, it's very clear and concise, the helm. I think it looks great, a sort of carbon fibre look here, and nice bit of leather. It's a nice looking helm, but it's totally suited to slow boating, and the overwhelming thing about this boat is how quiet it is. We only just tipped over 60 decibels at the helm at flat out, so it really is an amazingly quiet machine and very relaxing to be on board. So this is a practical boat. Dutch built boats generally are, and there's little things like this. So of course this is steel, which means that the cushions are held on with magnets, which is a really nice touch. Far more classy and hard wearing than Velcro. But then once you remove these cushions, you have access below them to an absolutely vast storage area. Down here, really deep, really wide. I mean, we'll get a cutaway, you can see down, it will just swallow all your cruising gear. There's a Seakeeper in here, €80,000 option, which is taking up a lot of the space in there, but it goes the full width of the boat for long cruising on board. Absolutely fantastic asset. And the practical theme continues. Great big thick solid guardrails, huge side decks which you can walk down front on, no shuffling sideways on this boat, and there's always handholds to grab to as well. Traditionally Dutch built boats, aft cabin boats made of steel, there's a load of levels going on. You're walking up and down in the saloon, then you walk down again into the accommodation at front. This range of boats, this is all about single level living. So as you can see, the saloon here and the cockpit, they all come together perfectly. There's a very small lip on the floor here, so you just breeze in and out and it all becomes one big living area. And key to that are these amazingly chunky doors. They're made here in Holland, they're actually made for houses, not boats, but they're seriously hefty. Really lovely quality bit of kit. And something else that's really nice is that the Venetian blinds are actually inside the glazing, which is a nice little touch, stops them rattling, banging around. And then once you have this opened up, you can see how it's supposed to work. Windows are absolutely vast, there's loads of light in here, sunroof of course, and then you have this really nice, easily accessible, single level living area. So the layout on this boat, it's got 3 cabins. You've got a master forward behind me, which is en suite, and then there's a single, this is like a kid's cabin here, and then a twin here. Now headroom is pretty tight on this one, but they say on hull number 2 they've found 35 centimetres of extra headroom, which it does need because it's a little bit cramped at the moment, but storage is very good. And the other thing about Boarnstream is customization is very high on the list of priorities, so if you want a totally different layout, you can have it. This, for example, amazingly isn't wood, this is plastic. All of the timber in the saloon, in fact, is this plastic material, but of course if you want real wood, you can have it. It's all part and parcel of the Boarnstream experience. We're heading back into Jensen, that's probably Jensen actually, which is where these boats are built. That's where Boarnstream are based. And down these narrow waterways, they're very long and straight. This is where this version of the boat works so well. It's really solid in the water, tracks beautifully straight. It's just a really easy, relaxing boat to do this type of journey on. And what's been nice today is that it's not the most exciting form of boating. However, you can move around the boat really easily. You can go and get things from the cabins, you can move around the decks. It's really safe, and it means that you're doing that for the entire journey, whereas offshore you may bounce around for a bit and then you get to the anchorage or the marina, and that's when you start to sort of use the boat. On this trip you use it the entire time, and it's really nice. I think this is a really interesting concept from Boarnstream. It's a bit of a departure from their aft cabin norm, but it looks great. The deck spaces are brilliant, it's very practical, and although we were in the 10 knot version today, it performed very well too. Now, there aren't many steelboat manufacturers doing this type of thing, so really it sort of has the corner of the market to itself, and all we need to do now is have a go on the fast one.